Hello everyone, Stephen Green here with the next episode of Stephen in 60 Seconds or So. You all know Sam Vakili, RBC Investment Retirement Planner. Say hello everyone.
Hey everyone.
So Sam's going to talk to us about a really cool topic for investors in particular. So for investors, if you sell your home, your investment property, and you realize a profit, there's a thing called capital gains that the government charges you for. Sam's going to talk to us about how to reduce that, because otherwise it's just a flat fee you got to pay on your next taxation year. So Sam, over to you.
Thanks, Stephen. Yeah, so ultimately what I just wanted to chat about today is the idea of finding more intuitive ways of using your RSP. You know, the average individual thinks of it as a straight line thing. You work, you put money in, you get some tax back. It's a pretty easy concept, but for those people that have that second property, whether it's a cottage or a rental or anything beyond your primary residence, when you sell it, you have to consider the fact that you're going to have some kind of capital gains. Now that may be split between you and your spouse, it may be inside your corporation, so there are different areas to this, but ultimately the idea is to think about forecasting in the future to say, you know what, if I'm going to be selling those properties, whether it's 1, 2, 3 more, what kind of income am I going to have to generate in that year? Because that's when you maybe want to build up your RSP contribution room so that when that day comes, you make a big lump sum in, you save yourself a ton of tax, and now you're ahead and you're finding ways to still use your RSP even though your ultimate goal is still, you know, that next property.
So we got to do some planning is what this comes down to, right? And especially with investors, if you want to grow your portfolio by 1, 2, or 3, or some of my clients, maybe they've got 2 or 3 and they want to graduate into multi-residential. Now they're going to unload their single family.
You got it.
There could be a pretty big tax bill.
Oh yeah, and sometimes we'll see it in the hundreds of thousands. I've seen even the millions before. It's not crazy. At the end of the day, you may not be able to offset all of it, but even if you can save yourself a couple $100,000 in tax, that's going to be huge. And that's ultimately the goal.
And income levels for, you know, if it's a couple, income levels are going to come into this play
Of
as
course,
well,
of
and
course.
stuff like that, right? Okay.
Yeah. And I mean, again, the conversation goes much deeper than just that. It's when you have couples, do you look at using a spousal plan as well? Because ultimately you want to create equilibrium in your portfolio, right? You don't want to have that disparity where when you start drawing down your income one day from those RSPs and whatnot, you don't want one person to pay too much tax when that day comes. So that's where the deregistering and figuring out where to actually put things in comes into play. And that gives us the blueprint to say, okay, now we can start talking about the investments. Because really, if we're starting there, it's the wrong end of the spectrum.
Pay yourself before the tax man.
You got it.
Ideally, right?
Yeah.
So awesome. Hey, Sam, thanks for coming out again. Totally
pleasure.
appreciate it. If you have any questions, Sam, what's your phone number? What's your email address? And spell the last name because it's not, I don't know what I mean.
519-575-2218 or sam.vakili, Vakili, at rbc.com.
And you hang around Uptown Waterloo
Mostly
branch?
Uptown, but I'm everywhere in KW, so whatever's convenient, we'll figure it out.
Sounds good. Thanks for coming out.
No, my
Until
pleasure.
next time, talk to you soon. There we go.
We're
All
both
right,
going
we're good.
selfie style, eh?
Yeah, everyone's selfie. Got to make sure. Right? I need a haircut. Again, hair issues.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Facial, head, whatever. All right, you ready?